SVG's Jason Dachman here with another episode of SVG SportsTech On Demand. I have the privilege of being joined by Lucas Wilson, CEO at Supersphere. Lucas, a longtime friend of SVG, thanks for joining us. First of all, where are you coming from? And is everyone in your household hopefully safe and healthy?
Thanks for asking. I'm coming from Culver City, California, in my lovely studio slash office. And right now, everybody in my house, myself and my household, everybody's safe and healthy. Thanks for asking.
Great to hear it. Great to hear it. So Supersphere, you guys are right on the sort of cutting edge, even bleeding edge sometimes in terms of experiential technology and bringing new experiences to people. So for those that don't know, maybe just give a quick description of what you guys offer, what your platform's all about.
Sure. Well, I say that Supersphere, as a 60,000-foot view, I say that Supersphere brings fans closer to the things they love. Several years ago, about 5 years ago, right before the Facebook acquisition of Oculus, I had my first VR experience in the current generation of VR technology. And it was an aha moment for me in that it brought me closer to something. It brought me immediately and viscerally close to content that I love and care about. In this case, music. So I wanted to, being part of the community and being part of the creative community, I wanted to do that work, and I wanted to build experiences and enable experiences so that fans could experience the things they love more closely. So that's a very high level view.
Hmm.
How we do that is by enabling immersive technology. I say we do all the R's: VR, AR, MR, XR. We do all the R's and we produce all the R's and we create that content. And for the past couple of years, we've focused almost exclusively on doing live streaming, VR, live streaming interactive and non-interactive immersive technology, and allowing fans to experience that through a variety of platforms.
Very cool. Okay. So, I mean, we're in a different world right now than we were a month ago. There's no question about it. And there's a lot of new experiences coming across. I don't think we ever thought we'd see Zoom on broadcast television. But, as a result, I think people are trying to reach fans in a very different way. So I'm curious, how are you approaching the current situation with the pandemic in terms of content delivery, creating new experiences? What do you think this is going to mean potentially for all those R's coming down the road?
Well, it's interesting because even before COVID and even before the current situation that we're all in, we were seeing an incredible uptick in the attendance and the amount of people that we were seeing watching our experiences. So VR, I think, like a lot of new technologies, VR went on a hype curve, right? There was this huge amount of excitement, and then it fell for a bit, and then that's where a lot of technologies die. But we've been seeing that VR has been increasing slowly and steadily. And with the release of the Oculus Quest a little while ago, it has just taken off. So we spend a lot of time broadcasting to an app called Oculus Venues, which is an area of VR called social VR, which is incredibly popular right now for obvious reasons, because it allows people to interact with each other and it allows people to watch a presentation. So for instance, in the Oculus Venues app, when you first step into it, it looks like you're in an IMAX theater, like the world's biggest IMAX theater. All around you are digital avatars that are actual people that you can talk to and interact with, because there's a microphone and speakers in the headset. And then on the screen in front of you, in a little more than 180 degrees, is typically what we're broadcasting. And I got to tell you, it's not the only social VR experience out there. In our experience, though, it's probably the best for a variety of reasons. But I got to tell you, when I first started working with venues a little while ago, a couple of years ago, I thought it was going to be cheesy. Digital
Right.
avatars in an audience, right? Who really wants to do that? But if you think about it, if you have a VR headset and you are tuning into a specific app at a specific time to see a specific thing, you're a super fan. You're
Sure.
somebody who wants to be there, and everybody else that's in that audience wants to be there as well. And there really is a feeling of excitement in the audience to see what you're about to see. So it's been a great learning experience, and it's a lot of fun for us, and it's popular now for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, it's giving people an opportunity to have that communal mentality that, let's face it, you can't do physically right now. So that's exciting. In terms of any, big upcoming things that you have going on, events, productions, content, that type of thing, what is Supersphere up to? Obviously, fluid times, but over the
Well,
next few months.
sure. Well, there's a technological piece to it that is one thing that we've done in the past couple of years, that we continue to do is we've created sort of what we call a real-time geometry engine, for lack of a better word. We can take in any kind of camera, any kind of feed, and we can in real time warp it into VR and place it in a VR world. So for instance, right now, what we've done is we've stood up an architecture. We've always been able to do this to a certain extent. It's just become more important. We've stood up an architecture where we can take multiple mobile feeds from mobile devices, and we can integrate them into a VR world, and we can effectively switch between them and switch between content and create rundowns and run of shows in the cloud, so that we can actually create worlds where you have maybe the artist right in front of you, and you have two screens on either side that are running their IMAG content, that we can run either live or that we can run from preset packages. You can run a background in the middle. The background can be interactive or non-interactive. So we can provide, while you see a lot right now, you see a lot of artists and a lot of people doing their home live streams.
Right.
Professionals still want professional production. And we've been able to stand that up pretty quickly in the VR world. In addition, we're also building a, excuse me, it'll be ready to debut in a month or two. We're building an architecture whereby we can put artists and put talent into virtual venues, basically virtual production, but with a little bit of a twist, because we can do it in VR and we can change that virtual environment in real time to accommodate mobile feeds and make it look good. In terms of shows we have coming up, we have several big music shows coming up. The ones that are going to come up pretty soon that I can talk about are, we have Wiz Khalifa doing a show pretty soon, and then we also have Offset and Friends, which is three of Offset's friends, also coming in to do a show. And a little bit after that, we have Louis Capaldi, and we have after Louis Capaldi, then we have a schedule about once a week for the next couple of months of big VR shows coming up.
That's great. Well, for those that miss live concerts and live shows, this is how you get your fix now, at least for the time being. So, Lucas, we really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much. And please stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you. And I also just wanted to say, it's a real pleasure for Supersphere to finally be able to be a part of SVG. I first experienced SVG when I was working for James Cameron at the Cameron Pace Group at the Chairman's Forum at NAB years ago, like 9 years ago. And I've always gotten a lot out of SVG. So now it's nice to actually be able to be an official part of the organization.
Well, we're really happy to have you. And yeah, thanks for your longtime support. For more episodes of SVG Sports Tech On Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.